Welcome back to the YouTube Masterclass. We are moving on to a new section. This section is all about the back end of YouTube, and we're going to go through your studio basically. It's called YouTube Studio, and it has all the options for settings. You can go through all your videos and analytics and everything like that. And so to get to that setting or to that page, from your channel page, just click YouTube Studio here. If you are using an existing account, you might see a different looking dashboard. And so I'm going to go to my existing channel here. And to get to your Creator Studio, typically what you would do is click on your profile button up here and choose Creator Studio. And you'll see that this looks a little bit different. So here's the old classic version, here's the new version. In this class, we're going to be using the new Studio version because in the next year, YouTube has said they are going to be getting rid of the Studio Classic option, and I want to make sure that this course is as up to date as possible. Note though, there will be some differences if you are using the Classic version, but I'm going to, at the start of each lesson, try to explain where you find the option in the new Studio version. But also note that as YouTube changes things, this is a beta version. Things might change, but typically it's going to have the same options. You'll be able to do the same things. It just might look a little bit different or be in a different location. If you do have that existing channel and you are using the Creator Studio, click this Try Studio Beta option in the top left of this drop-down menu. And for the rest of this section, I'm going to be looking at my existing channel here so that it is populated with enough data and videos so that you can see what it would look like once you have more videos up and running. So on the home page, this is your dashboard, and this is the home of YouTube Studio. You can see that it has a few different widgets here. So it has like my most recent video, it has some news, it has some analytics, it has some ideas and tips, all kinds of cool stuff that is here for you to look at and see right off the bat. On the left, you have different menu options for different pages in the studio and so we're going to be going through most of these in the future. Notice though, as I went through this, you'll see one button up here. See this little bar up here? This is called TubeBuddy. You also see this menu up here in the top right. This is an extension that I have for YouTube that allows me to do things like you see here: bulk edit titles and descriptions, bulk edit cards and end screens, miscellaneous tools. You won't see this unless you sign up for TubeBuddy. It is a cool extension that I'll talk about in a future lesson for improving how you actually use YouTube, but I just wanted to mention that. So if you don't see that, don't worry. All right, so I'm going to leave that for this lesson. In the next lessons, we're going to go through these tabs over on the left-hand side. See you there. In this lesson, we're looking at the Videos tab or page on YouTube Studio. So go ahead and click Videos. If you are using the Classic Studio, a lot of these options are going to be found under Video Manager if you just want to follow along there. So here in the new YouTube Studio, here the videos, this video page is where you can see all of your uploads. You see a lot of information about your videos. So here are all my uploads. Some are public, some are unlisted. As you can see here, I use YouTube to add like tutorials that I have for assistants of mine that I don't want to be public. All of these columns you could take a look at. You can see things like monetization, if it's on or off, when you uploaded it, how many views, how many comments, likes, etc. You can edit your videos through this page. So for example, if you click this options button, it gives you options for going to edit your video. You can actually download an MP4 of your video. You can promote it. You can get a link to it, or you can delete it. You can bulk edit videos by selecting them in the left-hand column like this, and then you click the drop-down menu for edit, and now you can edit any of these things over here. For example, changing the visibility. You can also add multiple videos to a playlist. So we haven't talked about playlists much yet, but playlists are a great way to organize your videos for people to watch, and it allows people to find your videos more easily because when you search for a topic on YouTube, playlists actually show up as well as the individual videos. So for example, I have playlists on photography tutorials or Premiere Pro tutorials, and those playlists actually show up. So to create a new playlist, you just click the new playlist button and then you give it a title. And once you're done with that, you click create and it will create that playlist and it will add all these videos to it. Another thing you can do here is filter your videos. So you can filter your videos by views. For example, if we want our views to be more than 10,000, for example, we just want to see videos that have more than 10,000 views, we can do that. Pretty cool. Now, if we click on any of these columns, it will reorder it in terms of highest to lowest, or if we click it again, lowest to highest. So if we want to see our videos with the most views, for example, we can click that views column, or we can click the comments or any of these to see sort of the greatest to least. Okay. You'll also see this other tab here called live. So this is where we see our live videos, past live videos, or things that are upcoming. We're going to be looking at live streaming in a future section of this course. So if you're interested in doing live streaming, then we're definitely going to be looking at that in a future section. But because it is its own topic, we aren't going to be covering it here in this section. So that's pretty much it with the videos page. It really is just a page to look at all your videos, to see a snapshot of all the information and data for your videos. In a future section, we're also going to be going over analytics. So we are going to skip over this analytics page here because there's so much to do with it, and really how to use it properly to actually improve your channel and grow your channel. That's what we're going to be covering in that future section, but we wanted to dedicate enough time to it. So Mike is going to go over all of this information in a future section. So in the next lesson, we're actually going to jump over to the comments page. So we'll see you in that lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the comments page of YouTube Studio. So here we are on the comments page, so go ahead and meet us there. If you are using Classic Studio, the Creator Studio, this stuff, a lot of it will be under the Community tab. So here we are, and as you can see, we just have a list of all of our most recent comments on all of our videos. So this is a great way to respond to your viewers rather than going to the individual videos. You can just handle it all right here. So you see the video that it was on the right hand side, the comment. You can like, dislike a comment, you can heart it, you can also reply. And then if you click this action menu, you can even remove or report spam for these comments. So there's a lot of stuff you can do, and responding to comments in a timely fashion is one of the best ways that you can improve the chances of getting people to subscribe to your channel and to engage with you. I have a virtual assistant going through and responding to comments and asking people to subscribe to the channel if they haven't done so already. And we try to do that at least once a week. If you can do that within a day or two, that's going to be even better. Again, you can also see things like filtering comments. So you can filter comments if they have certain words or things like that. Up top, you also have a few other tabs to look at: held for review, and then likely spam. YouTube's automatically going to look at some comments and say, okay, this looks like it's spam, and you have to approve these comments or not. And then likely spam, it holds these and it says these look like they're spam. So you can go through one at a time and you could trash it, mark it as spam. Marking it as spam is a good idea if you can do this, because if instead of just deleting it or removing it, YouTube will see that, hey, this person's comments are consistently marked as spam by multiple YouTubers, so they're going to remove that user or block them from commenting. You can also hide users from a channel, so if someone's consistently spamming you, just click the hide user from channel and they're not going to appear. You can also just click the select all button up here and just trash them if you want to remove all of these at one time. And if you click this show more button at the bottom, and then you go up here and you select all of them again, it's going to select all 40 or however many you see on this page. All right, so play around with it. And again, this is just a great place to reply to comments, help out your viewers. And remember, this is what it's all about with YouTube, creating that community. It's one of the best ways to grow a successful channel, and all the successful channels do this. They create that community of viewers through comments and interaction. Thanks a lot. And in the next lesson, we're going to move on to the transcriptions and copyright tabs. All right, in this lesson, we are going to be looking at the transcriptions page of the YouTube Studio, as well as the copyright page, but this is only available to certain members, so it might not be available to you yet. If you are using the Classic Studio, you'll find this information under translations and transcriptions here. All right, so if you go to the transcriptions page, all of your videos are going to show up. And if you have transcriptions yourself, this is where you can actually add transcriptions that you've created. To do so, just click down or click this language button here so that you can see what has been added. So English, if you're creating English videos, all videos on YouTube get automatic English captions. So to edit these, we can click this button here to edit. But before I do that, I'm going to go through the rest of these tabs. So up here you have drafts. So if you've been working on any transcriptions yourself, then this will appear here. Community, this is really awesome. And again, one of the coolest things about YouTube is that you might have community members actually translate your videos, or at least the description and title of your videos. So for example, the title and description has been translated in Dutch. So if we click this in review button and the icon next to it, it's going to pop up a new window that has the Dutch translation brought to you by the community. It also shows you this Google Translate column over here. So here's the original on the left, what you've written. In the middle is the translation that they've written in the new language. And then on the right-hand side, it gives you the Google translation of the Dutch translation in this example. So you can kind of verify if they did it properly or not. So even if you don't speak Dutch, you can kind of see if they did a good job. If they did a great job, you can just click the publish button here. If you need an improvement, you can click request improvement. Since it looks good for me, I'm going to just click publish. And now my video will have a Dutch translation for the title and description in this video. Here you see that someone has translated into Spanish with subtitles. So this last column is for subtitles. So if I click this button in review, it's going to take me to the translations page or the captions page. And here we can play through our video and we can actually see what it looks like with the captions. So if we play through it, we see the text over here, and it has the Google translation down below. So here on the left-hand side, for each time, it has the Spanish translation and then the English Google translation. So we can see and verify if they've done a good job. You can just click in here and edit it if you want. And then once you're done, you can actually publish it by clicking publish up here. You can also click needs more work if you want them to take a look at it again, or you can report it. So this is where it gets a little tricky, because some people might take advantage of you and they might try to add things like spam into your translations or captions. And so if they're doing that, you will definitely want to report it. Okay. So once you're done and happy, just click that publish button and your video will now have captions in another language. Now, while I'm saying this, all of your videos, this isn't going to happen. It usually only happens for the most popular videos. And so you might be uploading videos and saying, hey, Phil, why aren't I seeing any community members translating my videos? Well, that's because you need a lot of viewers and you need a community that supports you to do so. Okay. In the right-hand column after community, back on this transcriptions page, you see published. So this is just going to show what has been published. For me, I just have my English automatic captions published. But if I went through and added some of these other community based translations, then those would appear as published as well. All right, so going back one more time to our all tab, we can see all of our videos, and say you have captions that you want to add, and Google automatically adds captions, as we saw, to all of our videos, but it's not going to be perfect. So if you want to edit or add captions yourself, what you can do is go to this drop down for any of your videos and click this little button right here, and it's going to take you to that subtitles and closed captions page. Here you have, see over on the left-hand side, we can see that these are the automated captions that it's come up with. This is wrong at the beginning. I can see, hey, Phil, a banner here from Video School Online. So they didn't get my last name, which is Ebener, not a banner. So this is something I'd want to go in and edit. So I can click this edit button in the top right. It takes me into the captions editor. I can go in here, add our punctuation. This is something that potentially in the future you can have an assistant do. And once you've gone through, made all your edits, just click Publish Edits. Another thing you can do is once you do that, you can see that we have on this new page, we have our captions that are published already, which is our automatic, or you can add new subtitles or captions based off of an upload. For example, if we click English, we're going to say discard published. And see here, we can start from scratch. We can upload a file. So there's different services like rev.com, rev.com, that create captions for your videos. Or you can do it yourself. If you have a transcription, for example, if I was talking off of a script, I can click this button, transcribe and auto sync, and I can paste the entire transcription here. And then it's going to automatically create the captions based off the timings once I click set timings. Or if you have, going back, if you have the caption file, you can add those as well. So there's a lot you can do here. I would just go ahead and start playing around with it if you are starting to add closed captions. For now, I've just given YouTube I've just used the automatic captions that YouTube provides. But if you are concerned about that, it's a good idea to go through and edit them, as well as create new ones from scratch if you have those available for you. So that's the transcriptions page. This is your translations, your captions, everything there. I really quickly want to show you this copyright page. I actually haven't enabled it. It's not available to everyone. As you can see here on my page, it says this is limited to individual creators and small businesses. And I'm not exactly sure how many subscribers you need to have. I just passed 100,000 subscribers, and I believe this showed up after I hit 100,000 subscribers. But if I click agree and continue, what this basically allows me to do is YouTube looks at other channels and sees if they've uploaded my videos, okay? So this is pretty crazy because now I can go through and see if anyone else was actually uploading my content. And from here, I can mark it as spam, contact the channel, ask YouTube to remove it, basically. So that's something, as you grow as a YouTube channel, a lot of other users might be tempted to use your content in their channels. And sometimes it's fair use and they can do that, but if they're just taking your video and uploading it, then that's not within the rules, okay? If you have questions about this, let me know, but it's pretty basic. Once you do have this copyright page to go through this, you have your tabs up here for requests that you've made. So I have made some requests in the past for this. You have messages and an archive of all of the videos that you've looked at and you've archived from this page. All right, so that's transcriptions and copyright. And in the next lesson, we're going to look at monetization. All right, let's move on to monetization. So this is exciting. YouTube is a great way to make money, and that's why some of you are here probably. So if we click on this monetization page, which you might not see yet, we're going to see all of the different ways that we can make money on YouTube specifically. So I'm going to move over to the channel that I just created for this account. So if you're in YouTube Studio, so the beta version right now, if you don't have monetization set up and you're using the Studio Beta, go under Other Features and then Status and Features. This is going to take you to this page that we saw before where you can enable monetization and all of these other things. So you'll want to click Enable Monetization, and this takes you through a process for monetizing your account. So you're going to have to go through their terms and agreements. You're going to have to sign up for an AdSense account, which is how you are going to get paid, set up your monetization preferences, etc., etc. Notice at the top, though, that a channel can't be monetized until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months. So focus on growing your channel and getting views and subscribers before you consider monetizing your channel, okay? Once you are ready, though, click the Start button. You're going to read through all of this, make sure you read everything, and then click I accept. After you've done that, sign up for AdSense, click Start. It's going to redirect you to AdSense, so click Next. All right, so it's going to take you through a few steps to set up if you haven't done so already, or if you already have an AdSense account, you can just sign into that AdSense account. Since it does show a lot of my personal data in there, I'm not going to show you those steps, but if you have questions, please let me know, but it's pretty straightforward. Just go through all of those steps. And then for your monetization preferences, we can click Start. It's going to ask you whether you want to monetize all existing and future videos. You can turn that on or off. Turning it off allows you to pick and choose which videos you want monetized. You can also choose which types of ads you want to show. For example, the first one is required. It's called display ads, and these are the ads that show up on the right-hand side of the video player. Those show up on all videos if you have monetization. Overlay ads, these are the ones that pop up on top of your video at the very bottom of the screen. Sponsor cards, so these are cards that are sponsored that show up on your videos, or the skippable video ads, which most of you are probably well aware of. Those are the ones that you have to click after 5 seconds or whatever to skip. So you can choose whether you want all of those or not, and then once you're happy, you can click Save, and you could always update these. So here you can see that for this channel, I have to wait until I get 4,000 watch hours in 12 months, in the past 12 months, and 1,000 subscribers. Now, you don't have to be around for 12 months. You just have to get 4,000 hours within a rotating 12-month range and that 1,000 hours. So if you're on the Studio Beta now, you're still not going to see the monetization option because you're not enabled yet. You can still get to that page by going under Other Features, Status and Features, and then Monetization. So if you click Learn More, it's going to take you to this page again to kind of see if you've been verified or not, okay? If you are, though, once you have been verified, monetization will appear as a page in your studio. So here you can see an overview of the types of options you have. You can click these pages to get more information. Basically, on YouTube itself, you have 3 ways to make money: advertising, merchandise, and live chat. Mike is going to go through in a future section more information on how you actually can use these and implement these to make money. But I just want to show you here in this lesson how you get to these different options. So you have a tab for merchandise and you have a tab for live chat. We've already seen the monetization options for your videos for ads, but for merchandise and live chat, this is where you get started. So live chat is where if you are doing live streams, and now this new feature called premieres, where you launch a video and it is more like a movie premiere at a specific time. You get everyone to watch it at the same time. You can have super chat, which basically allows people to just pay you while you are doing a live stream. Merchandise is if you have shirts or other merch, and if you use Teespring, you can actually hook up your channel and you can sell your merch through your videos that way. Just click Get Started on each of these to work through those. But again, Mike is going to be going through those settings in a future lesson. All right, so that's the monetization page. If you have any other questions, let me know. And good luck getting started with monetization. In this lesson, we're going to take a deeper dive into playlists. So from your dashboard, if you hover over other features, you can click this playlist button, which as you see there, it actually isn't built into the new YouTube Studio experience yet. So if you are on the classic Creator Studio, you'll find playlists under Video Manager. So click on Video Manager, then click on Playlist. And this is basically where you see the same options. So it takes you to this page. So here you have all of your playlists, and here you can see what it looks like if you have existing playlists. Here you can see all of mine: art classes, online course masters, personal finance videos. It's a good idea to create playlists for all of the major categories of your videos. These playlists show up on your channel, so if someone's coming to your channel, they can click on the playlist tab, and it's just an easier way to find your videos. You can create new playlists up here by clicking new playlist and creating a playlist title. And then as we saw back before on the video page, or on the video page of the YouTube Studio, you can add videos to a playlist. Also, when you are uploading, you can add videos to playlists. Also, again, note that I have these TubeBuddy extension installed. You're not going to see these actions or anything like this without it installed, but you don't need that. You can filter by newest created, oldest created, A to Z. And then if you want to go in and edit a playlist, you can click this Edit Playlist button. So let's go ahead and go into Adobe Lightroom Tutorials and click Edit Playlist. This takes you to the playlist itself. So to edit it, just click Edit here. And it's going to take you to another page where you can add a description, you can edit the title, you can add videos to it. So if you click Add Videos, you can go through your videos, or you can actually add videos from any other person's channel to your own playlist. You can adjust how it appears. So if you click Playlist Settings, you can see that it has the privacy settings and then the ordering. So I like to have all of my playlists ordered from date added. So the newest videos will show up first. Sometimes you want to have a manual ordering. For example, if you've created sort of a series of videos, you might want to manually order it, or you can do it most popular, really any of these. And so actually date added or date published is probably the best option, because sometimes I add videos later that have been published for a long time. You also have this option for allow embedding, so people can actually, or you can embed, or other people can embed an entire playlist onto a website, which is a cool thing to do. You can also create auto add rules. So for example, if the title includes, or the description includes, or tag includes Lightroom, for example, now any video that I upload that has Lightroom as a tag will automatically be added to this playlist, which is a really cool option. You can also choose to allow collaborators to add videos to this playlist. If you turn this on, you can click create a link, and they will be able to add videos with that link. Once you're done, just click the save button. Notice that since I added that auto add confirmation, it shows that one recent video matches this rule. I'm going to check that button and click done, so it adds it to this playlist. One more thing to note is if you want a specific thumbnail to be the thumbnail for this playlist, you can find that video, click this drop down button for more, and choose set as playlist thumbnail. And that thumbnail is going to be the one that actually shows up on the playlist itself. Here you also have an option for sharing. So this is where you can share links or embed this playlist into your own website. If you drop down the embed settings, you have different options for video size, showing player controls or not, showing the titles, and other options like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it with the playlist. As you can see, it's taking me back to my channel itself. And so here's just like kind of the general playlist page. So on the channel itself, you can edit your playlist, you can add playlists, you can also move around on your channel how your playlist appears. So right now it's set up so that it shows the playlist with the most recent video added, or you can change it to the date created, newest or oldest. So that will order it if you have if you want your oldest playlist to show up first. You can also show your playlist up as a list or a grid. So this is what it would look like if we have a list, but I like how it looked like as a grid. So I'm going to keep it as a grid. So that's pretty much all I want to show you about playlists. If you have any other questions, please let me know. But remember, this is going to be built into the YouTube Studio in the future. So it's probably going to be an option under here, or it might be in the videos page. But eventually it will be here in a different spot. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to be going over the audio library, but I want to quickly show you that there are some options we are skipping over right now. So under this other features button, if you hover over it, you can see live events, live stream now. We're going to cover everything about live streaming in a completely separate section of this class. So look forward to that stuff later on. If you want, feel free to skip ahead to that if you're interested in that right now, though. You also have this link to the status and features page. We've seen that already, but that's how you get back to status and features. And then also jumping over audio library, you have customized channel. So this is just a way to go back to your channel itself and start customizing it. Because now in the YouTube Studio, if you click this menu, or if you're trying to get back to your channel, you can click this My Channel button, but to jump right into editing your channel and the layout and design, you can click this Customize Channel button here. But in this lesson, I want to show you the audio library. The audio library is one of the coolest things that YouTube has for us. It's free music and sound effects that we can use for our videos. Some of them there's restrictions, like you might have to attribute the author by putting a little thing in your description saying who this music is by, but sometimes you don't need that. So let's go over that. Here we are in the library. You have two tabs, sound effects and free music. Pretty self-explanatory. You can search and filter by genre, by mood, instrument, duration, also by attribution, like I was mentioning. So if you want to have songs that you can basically use for anything and not need to give attribution to the musician, you can choose attribution not required. Say I want something that is happy or inspirational. I can filter to that. And then you can just play these like this. You can skip ahead. And if you're happy, you can click download, and it's going to download to your computer. And you can use that in your videos. So pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, please let me know. But yes, they're adding new music all the time, and it's one of those things that some of the most popular songs are being used over and over by YouTubers, so you might start to hear it across different channels. But in general, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just find music that you like, and instead of paying for it, this is a great resource for us as YouTubers. Cool, I'm going to go back to our YouTube Studio, and we'll see you in the next lesson. In this lesson, we're going to look at the settings page and start to go over some of the basic settings that are important for you as a YouTuber. So in the YouTube Studio, you'll find this just by clicking the settings button, and you'll find a lot of these general settings pop up. If you are using the Creator Studio, the Classic, you'll find some of these settings under Channel. So if you click this Channel button, you can find interesting things like upload defaults, branding, advanced settings down here. You might also find some of these settings by clicking your profile icon here and clicking YouTube settings here. Okay, so they kind of appear in different places. But let's go back to our YouTube Studio. So I'm actually going to use my new account for this lesson. So if I click on settings, you'll see different things pop up, such as under general, you'll see the currency that you want to basically use. So this is going to be for your monetization, your ads, live super chat, all of that kind of stuff. You can choose your default creator experience. So if you want to stick with YouTube Studio, this is it's going to open up the YouTube Studio beta option whenever you go to your studio. Or if you want to go back to Creator Studio every time, just set that as your default preference. If you click on channel, you have different things like keywords. You can select your country. So I would say this is important to select your country so YouTube knows where your videos are coming from. And then keywords. This is really important too. So you probably learned a bit about keywords in the previous section with Mike about adding keywords to your videos. For your channel, you want to add keywords that are the main general, most popular keywords that someone would be interested in when looking for your channel. So, for example, if I'm recreating my Video School Online / Phil Ebner channel, I would add things like photography, video production, video editing, Premiere Pro, After Effects, all of the keywords that are related to my channel. I'm not going to go into too many specific ones like After Effects, title graphics, or something like that. Just sort of the big general ones, okay? And I would choose between like 10 to 20. You don't want to put too many, because if you put too many keywords, then it kind of defeats the purpose. You want to have them focused and more really specific to your channel. Don't just start putting keywords that are popular, that you think are popular, just to try to get people to find your channel. But these are important because it helps YouTube show your channel when people are searching for things related to this in the search. So those are basic. If you want to go and actually edit the name of your channel, you do that by clicking this Google account page. It takes you back to Google itself, and you can do that there. Under advanced, you can link your Google Ads account. So if you want to start running ads on your videos or for your videos yourself, now this is different than making money from AdSense. This is if you want to actually create ads and put ads on other people's YouTube pages, YouTube channels. That's what Google Ads is. And so you can link your account there. You have this option for displaying the number of people subscribed to your channel. This is something to consider if you're just getting started out. You might not want to show this. If you only have a few hundred subscribers or less than 1,000, it might be a disincentive for people to actually subscribe to your channel, because the people, and this is just the hard truth, is people are more likely to subscribe to a channel if it already has a lot of subscribers. So getting started can be hard, but not displaying your subscriber count might be to your advantage. There is this option for interest-based ads, so you can click Learn More to find out more information about that and disable those there. Under community, this helps you if you want to have people help moderate your comments. So you can paste the channel URL of a YouTuber to add them as a moderator, or an approved user, which allows people to comment. Or if you have someone who is posting comments to your videos, such as things that have web links or things like that, that might be seen as spam or blocked by YouTube as spam, but you want those to be approved automatically, you can add those users here. If someone is consistently spamming your page, you can block them here. So you can actually just copy the channel URL for that user and paste it here. I have several users who just consistently were spamming me, and I've added as hidden users here. Or blocked words. Or blocked links here. You have blocked links or blocked words. You can block links completely. So if you don't want anyone posting links to your comments, you can check that. And for blocked words, say there's specific words, you cuss words or whatever it could be, you can block those words, and those comments will automatically be hidden. You also have defaults, so you can turn on comments for all your videos or your channel, or disable comments. You can have comments be only held for review, so not all your comments are going to show up until you review them. You can also do this with messages in your live chat. So this is probably a good thing to turn on, because if you're doing live streaming, it's hard to control what people are saying. So holding inappropriate chat messages for review automatically is probably a good idea. With all of these things, you want to click save when you're done. In the next lessons, we're going to be going over some of these other settings that aren't built into the Studio Beta, But these are some other important things that you want to take a look at. But for now, go through these basic settings, change the ones that you want, and we'll see you in the next lesson. In this lesson, we're going to look at some more advanced settings, including some branding and upload default settings. In the new YouTube Studio, if you click on settings, others, and hover over other settings, you'll find all of these options here. So I'm going to start with advanced channel settings, and then we'll work our way through. These are going to be built into YouTube Studio in the future, but for now, you kind of have to go one at a time. If you're using Classic Creator Studio, you'll find these options by going to channel, clicking on channel, and then you'll see these options here: upload defaults, branding, and advanced. Okay. So here is my new channel that I just created. A lot of these settings under advanced are what we just went through. So you have the country, keywords, disabling interest-based ads, that kind of stuff. Your subscriber count. You also have an option for showing your channel in channel recommendations. This is what we saw a long time ago back on our channel itself. There's a couple other things though. Associated website. So if you want to add links to your videos via YouTube cards, you're going to need to associate your website, and this is how you do it. Click the Learn More button to find out more information. But for example, if I want to go through and add videoschoolonline.com, or let's say philebner.com, I would plug that in and then click Add. And then we need to verify it. So YouTube needs to know that we own this website, so that if we are linking to it in our description and our cards and things like that, it's not like we're spamming some other website. So you'll need to log in and verify. So once you log into your Google account, it's going to take you to this page, Webmaster Central. And there are different ways to verify your website. The way they recommend is HTML file upload. So basically what you do is you click download this HTML file. You're going to upload the file to your website. You're going to confirm it by going to this page and then click verify. There's also alternate methods. For example, if you sign into your domain name provider, for example, if you use GoDaddy, for example, it's pretty easy to verify that this is your account. You can add an HTML tag. This stuff is a little bit more advanced, and so I'm not going to go over it in this lesson. And it really is going, I'm not really going to go over this in the course because there's so many different methods. People have different web hosts. You have different web builders, so it's going to be different for everyone. But all the instructions are here on this page, and if you need help, feel free to send us a question, but also look up on YouTube tutorials on your specific method. So if you're having trouble using the HTML tag method to verify your channel, look up how to do that, and there will be a tutorial. Okay? All right, so we're back on the advanced settings. So that's associated websites. The other thing here is this Google Analytics property tracking ID. So if you use Google Analytics separate than the analytics here in YouTube, you can create different properties and view your YouTube analytics there. So this is, again, a little bit more advanced, and we're not going to cover this in this class because we recommend just using the analytics right within YouTube that we're going to be covering in a future section. Okay, so those are the advanced settings. Let's go ahead and click Return to YouTube Studio and go to our next option, Channel Branding. Channel branding is cool because it allows you to put a watermark over your videos. So click Add Watermark. It gives you recommendations. You can choose a file. You want to make sure something that is a PNG file or a GIF or GIF that doesn't have a background. So for example, let's go into our branding for Video School Online. Let's go to our logo. Let's find one PNG. You want it to be a square. Find my square logo. Where is that? Oh, here we go. I think a white square is probably best. So I'm going to click open, save. You just want to use one color and click save. So now this watermark is going to appear in the bottom right corner of all our videos. Next, we can choose how we want it to appear. So right now, we can have it appear after 5 seconds. You can have it just be on there the entire video, just at the end of the video, or choose your specific start time. Having your logo appear after a certain amount of time is a good idea because it's a little bit more jarring and noticeable. If you just have your logo there the entire time or at the end of the video, most people might not notice it or they won't see it because they're not watching your videos till the end. But having it appear after 5-10 seconds, it's like, boom, something changed and they'll see it. What some people do here is instead of a little logo like this, they'll have a little icon that says subscribe now. And I've seen some people use that strategy to encourage people to subscribe, and that's pretty cool too. Okay, so you'll see that here we are under the branding, and it's taking us to the Creator Studio. This might be different in the future, but we can go right on next to upload defaults. If we are back on YouTube Studio, then you'll find this option under settings, other settings, upload defaults. All right, so this is a really cool page that's going to make you a lot more efficient as a video creator. So here we can set our settings to help us as we upload. So every new upload is going to have these things in it. So I've gone over to my current channel so you can see what I'm actually doing. So under privacy, you can choose if you want your videos to automatically be public, unlisted, private. If you are uploading a lot of unlisted videos, it might be a good idea to have this so you're not accidentally publishing something you don't want to be public. You can choose a category. So I choose education for mine, but you can choose anything that fits your channel. Standard YouTube license. So if for some reason you are uploading videos that you want to include in Creative Commons, so basically allowing other people to use your footage, you can choose that. If all of your videos have some sort of title, for example, if you have a series that you're doing, for example, the Phil Ebner Show, then you might want to include that in the title. So then, you know, every episode, every time you upload, this is going to appear, but then you add the actual title, how to YouTube or whatever it is. And then you add something like that. So it just makes it a little bit easier. I have a default title because my titles are all different, but I do have a default description. So you'll see here that I have this description that I use for all of our videos. It includes gear that I use. At the top, it says how to subscribe, and this has a link to my channel. Down below, it has follow us, and it has information on how people can find us. And so I would go through and add sort of your default description here with any information rather than having to copy and paste it to every new video. Below you have tags. So for all of my videos, I tag them with Video School Online and Phil Ebner. If my channel was more focused and it was always about Adobe Lightroom videos or Photoshop videos, then I would probably include things like that under my tag so I don't have to copy and paste them or write them out every time. You also have your defaults for comments and ratings and monetization settings. Now, this is going to be for specific videos. So we've seen some of this stuff like the general ad formats that we have on our channel or not. But here you can make it have it set individually for each video. So if you don't want sponsored cards on your videos, you can turn those off. And that's going to be the default. When you upload a video, there's always the option to change all of these settings within your upload settings, but this is just going to be the default. Ad breaks, this is something that we haven't talked about. Some videos or some YouTubers have automatic ads in the middle of a video. I find those quite annoying to watch myself, so I don't have them enabled on my channel right now. Not that I won't in the future, but this is an option. And the more ads, potentially the more earnings you will make. Video language, so if you're always making your videos in another language, you can change that. You can allow community contributions like we've seen, translated titles, descriptions, etc., or not. Have your video stats public or not. So like things like views and things like that, people can see. And then I just skipped over this little option, but caption certification. There are laws in the United States, which is, it's going to be different for you if you're not in the US, but there's laws about whether you need closed captions on your videos or not. Any content that has aired on television needs to have captions. I believe since 2012 that has been a law. And so if you want, you can say that all of my content has never aired on television in the US. So that means, that tells YouTube and whoever's looking into this that your videos don't require closed captions. If your videos for some reason have been on TV, then you might need to change that. But for most of us, 99.9% of us, this is going to be the option we want. Okay? And then once you're done with all your defaults, just click Save. So those are a lot of great options to kind of improve your channel and the experience, make you a little bit more efficient and help brand your channel. Let us know if you have any other questions, and we'll see you in the next lesson.